Hey everyone. Today, we're going to talk about a super simple rule that can literally change everything about your financial future. And no, it's not some complicated budget or a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a powerful shift in your thinking called paying yourself first. Let's dive in and see how it works.
So does this question feel familiar? You know the feeling. Payday hits, your account looks great, and you feel on top of the world. But then, blink, and it's the end of the month, and you're just staring at your balance thinking, wait, where did it all go? It's that classic, super frustrating mystery. And it's almost never one huge thing that blows up the budget. It's really death by 1,000 cuts, right? It's that Costco run that was supposed to be $100 but somehow ended up being $300. It's the fees for the kids' soccer league, a few too many dinners out with friends, and then, of course, life happens. Boom, you need new tires. Suddenly, the idea of saving anything feels completely impossible.
And that right there, that's the real problem. Most of us try to save whatever's left over at the end of the month. But let's be honest, that approach is a total recipe for failure. It makes saving this optional afterthought, something you'll get to if there's anything left. And that's pretty much a guarantee you'll never build up any real savings.
So what if we just flipped that whole script? What if we turned that entire equation on its head? Well, that's the simple, powerful idea behind our first big principle today. Pay yourself first. This is way more than just a tip, you guys. This is a fundamental reordering of your entire financial life.
Just look at the difference here. On the left, that's the old way. Income comes in, you pay all your expenses, and savings, well, it's that sad little question mark at the end. But look at the right, the new way. Income comes in, and the very first thing you subtract is your savings. You treat your future self like your most important, non-negotiable bill.
The one and only Warren Buffett said it best. It's such a simple but profound idea. It's not about saving what's left after you spend. It's about forcing yourself to spend only what's left after you save. It completely changes your relationship with your money.
Okay, so why is this one tiny change so incredibly powerful? Because once you start doing it, you unlock the most powerful force in finance. Albert Einstein supposedly called it the eighth wonder of the world, the magic of compounding.
So, what is compound interest? Well, think of it like a snowball rolling down a hill. At first, it's tiny. You earn a little interest on your money. But then, you start earning interest on your interest. And that tiny snowball starts picking up more snow, getting bigger and bigger, and moving faster and faster, all on its own.
And I know, in the beginning, it feels painfully slow. After year 1, you're like, that's it? But stick with it. By year 5, you start to see something happening. By year 10, that snowball is really starting to pick up speed. Then you hit year 20, and suddenly, the growth of your money is doing more work than you are. And after 30 years, that small, boring habit has turned into a seriously impressive nest egg. Your biggest asset here isn't money, it's time.
But here's the flip side. This is a tough but really important real-world story. Her parents did the right thing. They saved money. But it just sat in a bank account, not growing, not working. And now the stress of that decision is hitting home. This is exactly the kind of future anxiety that paying yourself first helps you avoid.
Okay, so the theory is solid, right? But how do you actually put this into practice in the real world? The best part about this is that you absolutely do not have to be a millionaire to get started. It's all about making a simple, realistic plan.
A really popular and balanced place to start is the 50-30-20 rule. It's a super simple guideline. Basically, 50% of your take-home pay goes to your absolute needs: rent, groceries, utilities. 30% goes to your wants. That's the fun stuff, like hobbies and going out. And that last 20%, that's what you use to pay yourself first. That goes straight to savings and investments.
So let's make this even simpler. Here's your 4-step action plan. First, don't freak out about hitting 20% right away. Start with just 5%, or even 1%. Just start. Now, step 2 is the absolute key, the magic trick. Automate it. Go to your bank's website right now and set up an automatic transfer from your checking to your savings for the day after you get paid. Make it invisible. Then, every time you get a raise or a bonus, just nudge that percentage up a little bit. That's it. That's how you build wealth on autopilot.
And this whole autopilot idea, it's not just a great way to save. It's also the secret behind one of the most successful and stress-free ways to invest. It's the proof that slow and steady consistency almost always wins the race against trying to be a stock market genius. It's a strategy called dollar cost averaging, or DCA for short. And really, it's just the investing version of paying yourself first. You invest the same amount of money, say $100 every single month, no matter what the market is doing. When prices are low, your $100 buys more shares.
When prices are high, it buys fewer. It takes all the emotion, all the fear, all the guesswork completely out of the equation.
Okay, now this chart is just fascinating. This shows what happened to investors who started using this DCA strategy at the absolute worst possible times in modern history. I mean, literally at the peak of the dot-com bubble and right before the 2008 financial meltdown. Even with the worst luck imaginable, the longest they were on the red was just over 3 years. Why? Because they kept buying consistently, turning that market crash into a massive buying opportunity.
And this really gets to the heart of it. If you invested a big lump sum at the wrong time, you could be looking at a decade or more of negative returns. Think about the stress of that. It's a gut-wrenching roller coaster. But dollar-cost averaging, it smooths out that ride. It's a strategy that gives you peace of mind, knowing that you'll likely get back into positive territory much, much faster. So, after all of this, what's the one thing you should take away from our chat today? It is so simple. Start. Now. Not tomorrow, not next month. Today. Your future self is counting on you, and they will absolutely thank you for it.
Because at the end of the day, this is so much more than a financial tactic. It's a mindset. It's a declaration. It's you looking in the mirror and saying, my future is a priority. I value my future enough to invest in it right now. You are literally building a bridge to your own financial freedom, one small automated transfer at a time.
So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. What if your money could work for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even while you sleep? That's not some fantasy. That is the reality you can start building for yourself by putting this one simple rule into practice. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.